Let me tell you about a special webcomic that created a huge storm for me. When I was around 14, my friends convinced me to read something called Homestuck. And actually, let me just say that nobody I know who read it could actually explain what the fuck Homestuck was or how it operated, let alone what made it so great, apparently. So I was confused and lost. So to save some of you that don't know, Homestuck is a webcomic by Andrew Hussey, but it uses still images, games, GIFs, and animations to tell the story. It also sort of pretends to be a game, so all the save games and stuff is just for aesthetic. A group of 4 kids play a video game called Esper that accidentally destroys the Earth, but they're able to escape and go on an adventure to create a new world and meet all sorts of aliens and consorts along the way. Now, I've seen these sort of video games become reality type stories before, but what makes this premise work is that they don't get sucked into a video game, and they don't become video game characters. Reality and the world around them becomes the game, and they are still normal humans. I mean, yeah, they're able to do a bunch of acrobatic shit even before they get superpowers, but it's kind of like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, where it's technically like real life, but not really. It makes their situation seem so much more dire because it's real. It also helps that the game they play is completely original. It's not a reference or based on anything, and it actually has a lot of neat concepts for a game. Like if Esper was real, I'd play it, if it didn't destroy the world. Anyway, that's the simplest it'll get, because Homestuck is a fucking complicated story, but it's complicated in the best way possible. There's so much interesting lore that's interwoven with the story. No character is forgotten, no element is wasted. For better and for worse. The story is completely unpredictable and it takes you on a lot of twists and turns. The best way I can describe it is that the story sets up a structure and then utterly destroys that structure and replaces it with something else. But whenever they do replace it, they replace it with something really interesting and unexpected, but it's not so random to the point where it comes out of nowhere. And they do it all the time. I'm gonna be honest, Homestuck requires a lot of dedication, and it's a really fucking long story. I've lost many allies to it over the years, and by that I mean they all moved on with their lives. Anyway, I say give Homestuck a shot if you haven't read it yet. It's a fantastic new world with well-developed characters and an engaging story that always keeps you on edge. It has a bit of a slow start, and I honestly don't think it starts picking up until Act 3, but just stick with it. There was a lot of love and passion put into this comic, and I think it deserves some recognition. And if you do decide to stick with it, it'll be a wild ride, but I promise, you won't regret it. Oh, and I don't care what anyone says, Homestuck is not fucking 7 acts. Alright, now that the recommendation part of the video is over, I just have a confession to make. Guys, I never actually finished Homestuck. And the reason I didn't wasn't because I lost interest or because it just got boring to me. It was just that real life got in the way. Or maybe I let things get in the way. And it sucks because Homestuck was just one of those chapters in my life that I just never really got any closure on. But if that's the case, why am I making this video? I think it's because, for a long time, I thought Homestuck was dead. After the series ended and after the whole fiasco with the epilogues and Hive Swap Act 1, I just thought the community had died down and had just been quietly canceled behind the scenes. And, I kind of understand the backlash that had. Personally speaking, I liked the epilogues. They were fine, but, they weren't... I doubt they were really what anyone had expected, or wanted even. So imagine my fucking shock when I realized it wasn't over. Homestuck 2, Hive Swap Act 2, coming out. I didn't think, the community was still so strong, and it's probably not as big as it once was, honestly. I doubt it's as big as, 2014 was when I think it was at its highest. I'm just happy to see Homestuck continuing, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. It was because of Homestuck that I made a lot of great and amazing friends that I still admire and appreciate to this day. And I had never been good at making friends, so I'll always be grateful for Homestuck for giving me that. But that's just what I have to say about the topic, and I don't want it to be just a one-sided conversation, so Tell me what you guys have to say about anything, about Homestuck, or even about this video. And I'll see you next time, guys.